Hello everyone, my name is Teru, and as I promised when I did the box opening for this one journal, I am bringing you the pen test video. The journal I'll be using for the pen test video is the Notebook Therapy Tsuki Kyoto journal in A5. This journal was not given to me, sent to me, or in any way sponsored by Notebook Therapy. However, I am an affiliate of Notebook Therapy, so if you would like to purchase a journal just like this one and would like to support me in a small way, you can head over to their website and use the code TERU10 to get 10% off your purchase. This one actually my boyfriend paid for, so it was a gift, but not really a gift by the company itself, so I am definitely not forced to say or do anything in this video or review it the way they would like it. I don't think there will be very much surprise with this journal in particular, because I do use Notebook Therapy quite often and I'm very satisfied with their product. As you can see, the journal is a really nice magenta color with gold details on it. The details are nice and smooth. It's like a soft linen cover with a little bit of gold over here as well. In the back it just says Notebook Therapy and there's a little bit of a drawing. If I open it, it has this nice little page to put your name in, again the website of the logo, and then it is just filled with blank dotted pages. The dots are quite a nice shade of gray, not too bad as to be obtrusive in the spreads that you would create, and the paper is nice crisp white color. It's 160 GSM, so it should be okay for watercolors or a big use of markers. It shouldn't bleed or go through. It's smooth to the touch, but as I already noted, the color of especially watercolors dry on it quite quickly. So if you want to work on blending, you have to be kind of quick, and rather than doing one color and the other, do one letter by letter, In the back we have the strap that I didn't use yet, just normal elastic strap, a little pocket that you can put your stuff in, and also before when I got it there was this little gift, which is a safety pin type thing. In the pocket you can actually use it and get a little star like this. I keep all my pins in here, so I'll just put it back. There's a little quote with each of the journals. For here, there's tip into ancient Japan and so on and so on. It's really, really gorgeous. There is no pen holder, but I don't really care because I usually carry a small pouch with the pens in it with me anyway. You can put the strap over here, nice like this, so the journal doesn't open in your bag. It's quite nicely fixed, so I think it could fit at least 6 months for me, maybe even more. We'll see. For the pen test, I'm going to be going to the back of the journal and using the last page available over here. As you can see, it lays quite nice down. Also, there yet forgot 2 bookmarks. You can just put them wherever you need them in the journal and access the page that you'd like. They're just nice little pink or magenta pieces of lace. Anyway, here I'm going to do the pen test, and I'm just going to do an assortment of pens and things that I usually use for my journals. Mostly I tried to stay in theme with blue coloring, but not all of them I have in blue, so some might be green or maybe purple or pink or red, depending. First, what I use the most in my journal is actually this document liner by Centropen in this 0.1 size. It is not thick, but it is also not the thinnest that I have. I will definitely be using it for the header, which will surely just say pen test. And you know, it was with 2023, and yeah. So first is Centropen, document liner. I will do a little thing like this when I go over and over the drawing once more and once more, so we know it's nice and thick. I will also do a line. The down part of the line I actually press a little bit more so you can see if there's a difference, and of course just a straight line, or as straight as I can go. I will actually be using this to write the titles of all the things that are bigger, so yeah. Second of all, I'm going to use this Sakura Pigma Micron in 005 in the black coloration, so let's just write that in. And again, I'm just going to do like this, go a little bit over each stroke so it's nice and thick, do a line and do a straight line. I usually use these Sakura Pigma things for like details in my drawings, so yeah. Sometimes I also use this Centropen liner. It's like Ecoline. It's a little bit thicker, so I'm just gonna, you know, write again, and all the same, go a few times over itself so it's nice and thick. Do a line and another line. Next, there is this little pen again by Centropen that I sometimes use because it's like a nice pale blue color. It's actually scented as like banana scent. Used to love it when I was in like first grade. And I still use them because they're nice and blue. Again, I'm gonna do a little blob, a line, and a straight line. This smells so good though. This one is like a little small liner-ish pen by Stabilo. I actually don't really have many colors of this, so I'm using the red one. It's the Parent 88. Again, just like the other ones. Now we are getting to the thicker part, which of course I have to use my Tombow ABT. I chose this dark greenish slash bluish color, so I'm just going to write Tombow ABT, and the color was 379. Do one, do it more times and do the line again and a straight line. Also, I'm going to be using the brush tip to do exactly the same. Go over it. You can see it turns almost black, and just a little bit like lettering style thing and the line. Again, I have this highlighter by Centropen. It's like a dark color highlighter. Because this is thick, I'm just going to write Centropen highlighter P as in purple, and I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, just a few lines over on another. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff by Centropen, but they have it quite often in our shops. So again, it's Centropen Flexi, and I only have pastels for this particular type of highlighters. I really like how they layer, if you can see. Again, I'm gonna use this thing like that and do a line. Next highlighter I want to try is Stabilo. Stabilo Swing. I'm gonna do this, and again, just a line and a straight line. This actually is turning out to be a nice color combination. Then, this is actually a brush pen that bleeds through on a lot of papers, and that's an Ecoline. It gives the nicest watercolor effect, but also kind of tends to bleed through. So let's see. It's an Ecoline brush pen, and the color code for this one is 505. I love Ecoline brush pens because, you know, if you can see, it does this like watercolor effect thing. Let me just do again. I just absolutely adore them because it looks like watercolor, but it's not watercolor. Also, as I said, it dries up quite quickly, as you can see, so yeah. These all I have used. So now what's left is the Posca marker, which I again have in this like gray, dark gray thing. I will actually do like more layers. The Poscas I find tend to destroy the paper a little bit when I do too many layers of them. And there I have like alcohol based permanent markers, so I will also do that with just like, again, like this. I don't really use this in my journals because it tends to leave like yellow stain on the other page, but still maybe someone would want to use it, so why not try? Just like that. I held a little longer at the end, so we'll see if these two. Afterwards I only have watercolors, so I will do watercolor and classic black ink. I have just these standard watercolors. I will be going for the dark blue. Like nice and thick. Just pour some water in it and I will make it nice and watery. I will try and doing like a brush stroke almost. You know, put a little more water than I usually would and fan it out. Just like that, there will be the part when I do like more of the watercolor. Just, you know, lay it on thick. must put like a little bit of a watercolor in here. Honestly, I think this part might bleed through a little bit because it's really like thick with like water plus the watercolor, and also it's still just a normal paper, even if it's 160 GSM. And last but not least, we have fountain pen ink, which I sometimes use, especially during Inktober. So let me put this on here and use my just basic pen and write something. I'm gonna write hello. Just as I normally would in this ink. And then just do again like this little box. I need to put more ink in it. So you can see my handwriting is really not that pretty. I can see right now that when this page is wet, the tip of this pen actually kind of destroys it, but I found that it does with most papers, so it's not really the bad thing. Also, I usually don't use this pen to write. I much more prefer like a regular pen. We'll do this as well. And just a straight line. And a heart because I want to. Because it's kind of sad to waste the ink. Now, even now when I actually did it, I have ink on my fingers, but if I put like this finger over here, it is still a little bit wet, but doesn't smudge anymore. The ink does smudge still, of course, because it's still wet. But yeah, we will leave this to dry for a little bit. So I'm back and the page has dried. First of all, I'm just going to go over the page with my hand so we can see if there's any smudging. There's nothing on my hand. There's this, but that was here before. Nothing from this particular part on my hand. These ones were here before because I accidentally touched it when it was still wet. If I look at the journal up close, it has wrinkled a little bit when the water has hit it, like heavy water from the watercolor. Otherwise, from any of the other markers or anything, I don't see any wrinkles, just the heavy use of water. You can also see where the parts of the paper tissue got kind of destroyed, but I did put like a shitload of water in there. As you can see, there is no spidering anywhere much. There's like a wee bit, but this is actually more of like a destroyed paper from this Centropen highlighter thing that actually did destroy it a little bit. But otherwise, I don't really see anything, even with the watercolor. And over here, well, that's my smudge that I did when I was making the page. Now let's turn it around and see how it did. There, I think the part that dipped in a little bit is better visible, and there is some ghosting, but honestly it's not as bad as I expected. There is a little bit of ghosting for the watercolor, and probably if you were to put the same amount of water on this side, it would actually bleed through and connect the both colors, so I would probably not do that. But you know where you put your watercolor on the other side, so I guess. The worst part, again, went for the Centropen highlighter. If you can see, it's right here, it's this dot right there. Also, some of the wetter highlighters you can see as well as the green in there. Also a little bit for the blue Ecoline, which was actually expected. The Posca didn't do anything. The permanent marker is ghosting through a little bit, if you can look. There's like a little tiny teeny bit of ghosting, but otherwise I don't think that's a really bad result. There's just like a little bit, and if you can see for the normal use, you can really see not much of it. I was really overdoing it over here. For the classic fountain pen ink, there's literally nothing, and here it's not as much of a color as more of like a, yeah, the paper is wet and it deformed a little bit. Otherwise, there's not much you can see. From the other side, you can see actually marks in the paper, like 3D markings in the paper when I put too much pressure, which of course would happen on any paper, and if you put it back together, leaving like this for a while, it would actually go away. But yeah, basically just don't go and do 700 powerful layers of runny markers and you will be good. I'm really surprised with the permanent marker because there's almost nothing, just with the line with the end. Yeah, so that's about the pen test, I guess. I think it fared out quite well, and usually it's really the notebook that I use. I would definitely recommend it for daily use. You usually cannot really see much on the other side of the page, and if you can, honestly, it's not as noticeable as to destroy the pages on the other side of whatever you've drawn. I'm going to close this now, turn it over again so you can see it's really pretty. And yeah, if you want to get similar or the same journal as me, you can definitely head over to the link down in the description below, or just to notebooktherapy.com, and don't forget to include my code TERROR10 to get the 10% off of your purchase. Hope this pen test was a little helpful to you at least. If you enjoyed it, definitely consider hitting the like button, maybe subscribing, or if you want to, heading over to my Instagram and checking that out. I will be putting everything down in the description as well. Of course, I will be putting all of these different supplies that I find in the description down below. Most of them are actually locally bought in like Czech shops, so I'll see what I can come up with. But especially for the Tombows, you can get them anywhere. So yeah, if I don't find them for sale in like international way, I will just put the names on, then you can look if you can get them near you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and whether it be a journal video or a doll video, definitely hope to see you in the next one. Bye!